Hey guys, this is Red and Blue, and here we draw. After a long wait, it looks like João Fernandes is finally a done deal, and it is the capping thing to a really good weekend for PSG. So let's just diving into that and go through the good news. So first things first, like I said, João Fernandes done deal. It's announced. Pretty much everyone is unanimous. It is a done deal. The player will be traveling to Paris in the coming hours to do his medical and sign a 5-year contract with PSG. PSG and Barcelona have found a deal. There's no official numbers that really came out, and there's been versions ranging from just above 6 million, which was a release clause, all the way to 10 million. I think the truth is probably somewhere in the middle of it. I think it all depends on how long we're going to be paying, how much is a flat fee versus bonuses. Those deals are obviously complex, but I think probably, in the range of 8 million is probably the reality of it, 7, 8 million if I had to guess. Good deal for PSG, an 18-year-old talent coming out of Barcelona's academy, who was viewed over there as a very exciting prospect, who played a few games with the first team, but didn't really have space to make a mark and take the next step in his career. Obviously, a very low fee for such a profile, which means the risk for PSG is basically none. I think even in the worst case, we don't really lose anything. So a nice bit of business, and a new option in our midfield, a little bit more density in our squad. Like I said yesterday, or like day before, I don't think we should view him as someone who's gonna change the face of the squad. He's a young player. He's here to finish his training years, and hopefully reach the next level in his career and reach the next level in his football. If he does, he could be a very exciting player for Paris. But obviously this one is it's a signing for the long term. So we have to be patient with him and we'll see what gives. Like I said, it's not the only bit of good news that we've been having this weekend. Obviously, the weekend started with PSG win against Auxerre, which temporarily put us top of Ligue 1. And thank you, Marseille. I'll say it. It's a very unusual thing to say. Thank you, Marseille, who beat Lens. And so Marseille essentially gave us the top spot in Ligue 1 for the time being, at least. Lens lost 3-1 in Marseille, a game that Marseille dominated and actually apparently had a very nice performance. Good for them, 3-1 win. So we're now top of Ligue 1, Lens 2 points behind us, and Marseille still 7 points behind us, so 5 points behind Lens. We're going to be playing Marseille pretty soon. We're playing them, I think, second weekend of February at home in Paris, which should be a very, very interesting matchup for us. And yeah, we'll have to see over the coming weeks. Lens was coming off of a series of 10 wins in a row, which was really, really impressive. So we'll see if they can bounce back and find their winning ways again after the defeat in Marseille, or if it's just, the beginning of a crash for them and a return down to earth. For Marseille, they still apparently they played a very good game. I haven't watched the game yet, I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna, because watching Marseille is not something I do for pleasure. But media was unanimous in saying they played very well and turned in a very strong performance. I think this Marseille team is very, very inconsistent, because 3 days before they had Liverpool at their place, which essentially destroyed them and beat them 3-0 in Marseille. So I do think, they have their moments of inconsistency. They did bring in a couple of interesting players this mercato. Nwankomo, a really big hope of Arsenal, comes in on a loan for 6 months. And then Quinton Timber, who's also coming from the Netherlands in midfield. So as always, there's a lot of mercato moves that look relatively interesting. We'll have to see in the long term how it gels. And whether it helps them be a little bit more consistent. yeah, we'll see. But for now we're 7 points clear anyway, so it's not really a rival in the short term. And hopefully in February we'll be putting them 10 points away, which will be even better. For now, anyway, thank you, Marseille. I'll say it again for putting us on top of Ligue 1, and taking the lead, which feels good, and that's really the place where we should be at. And then finally, last bit of good news, after a game against Auxerre in which we had to really heavily rotate our team and we had quite a few players injured, we already have some players who came back to training with the squad. Those players being Kenin Lee, Joao Neves, and Achraf Hakimi. All of them back to training with the squad. And the next ones that we're hoping for, apparently Safonov as well has started training again with the squad, which is very exciting in the goalkeeper position. And now we're waiting for Nuno Mendes and Fabian Ruiz, both of whom came out injured after the game against Sporting. The club didn't really communicate on what they have, so we don't have a lot of clarity in terms of what injuries they're dealing with and whether it could take a while or not. I think Fabian Ruiz came out against Sporting visibly injured with a thing on his leg. So I'd be surprised if he came back very quickly. I think, probably a week or two at least before we see him. But Nuno Mendes, I think, hopefully he can make it back in the next couple of days and be in shape for the game against Newcastle, which is going to be next Wednesday, which is going to be very exciting. I think it's going to be one of the pivotal moments of our season in a way. Win and save your spot in the top 8 of the Champions League, draw or lose, and risk having to go through 2 extra games to reach that next round. So anyway, it's going to be the big one. We'll be talking about it soon. We'll be talking about Joao Fernandez as he goes through his physical and as the deal gets finalized. And we're going to be, hoping for more good news for PSG because everything is going well. I don't know, people are talking about our attackers not scoring, but who cares? We're still top of things. So, great time to be alive. Great time to be a PSG fan. And bonus point before I leave you. If you haven't seen it, check out the most weird and I guess dickish moves that I've seen from a football player in a while. Kylian Mbappe with Madrid doing a panenka on a penalty, supposedly as a tribute to his teammate Brahim Diaz, who missed a panenka in the final of AFCON and basically cost Morocco the AFCON win. Apparently Mbappe decided that the best thing to put him back in good spirit was to show him how a panenka is done. So I don't know, man, every time Mbappe tries to be a normal human being, every time it really falls back on him. And yes, this one is just, I don't know what's going through his head, but it's so weird. And yeah, I don't know, if I'm Brahim Diaz, honestly, I want to punch him in the face when I see this. It's are you kidding me? So, another good news for PSG, Mbappe isn't a player anymore, so we don't have to deal with this sort of shit anymore. But anyway, this is what I had for you guys today. Here we draw, done deal. New player coming into our midfield, which is great. Let me know in the comment what you think of that. What's your level of excitement? How you feel about us reaching a deal with Barcelona? And the fact is that I think in the end, financially, it makes sense for everyone. Let me know how you think about this. And yeah, as always, leave a thumbs up on the video if you've made it this far. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Here we draw, and draw ici c'est pareil.